Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Uh, let's remember the most important ideas that we learned about them in the previous lesson. So, we began with physical change, and we said physical change is a change that doesn't give a new matter or new substance. So, it doesn't change the matter. Then, it changes the physical property. So it changes the physical property like size, shape, texture, okay? And or it can change the state of matter. So the change of state is a physical change. And here some examples about some physical changes like folding papers, cutting papers, breaking glass, cutting wood, melting, freezing, evaporation, and condensation. All of them are examples about physical changes. Okay? So the physical change didn't change the substance. Only it changed what? The physical property or the state of this substance. Okay? Then we continued with mixtures and solutions. Okay? Mixtures and solution, we said mixtures are formed when we mix two or more than substances together, and this combination conserve conserve the identities of each one. It will not be changed. So these properties will not be changed. So mixing substances together give mixtures. And if the mixing is completely, so we call this mixture solution. Okay, so like if we have salad, this is a mixture because we can see the components. If we cannot see the components, we call it solution, like salt and water, sugar and water. And we call water solvent, and we call salt solute, and together we call them solution. So solution equals solvent plus solute. So here, okay, solution is a mixture. When they mixed completely, it equals solute plus solvent, or solvent plus solute. Solvent, it will be liquid, for example water, and this will disappear inside this, like salt or sugar. So solution equals solute plus solvent. Okay, our lesson today, today we are gonna learn about the second type of changes. So we said, to know this is physical or not physical, you have to ask yourself this question: physical change. You have to ask one question: if it doesn't give a new substance, we call it physical change. Okay, so does it form a new substance? No, so it's physical. Okay, now if the answer is yes, what we call this change? We call it chemical change. So this is the second type of changes about substances or matter. Chemical change. So physical and chemical opposites. Physical, it doesn't change the substance, or it doesn't give a new substance, and this it gives new substance, so it changes the matter. So it changes the substance, or we call is a change that gives new substances and this it doesn't change or doesn't change or give the same meaning a new substance. Okay, so this is the first main idea. What is a chemical change? Is a type of changes that give a new substances or that changes the matter. Okay, so any change that changes the matter that gives new substances, we call it chemical change. So now, easy. This is physical or chemical? Ask the same question. Does it give new substance? If the answer is yes, chemical. No, physical. So cutting wood, wood stayed wood. Does it change the substance? No, so it's physical. Now burning wood, when we burn wood, it will give what? It will give carbon, so it changes the substance here, and it will give carbon dioxide. This is a gas, so it changes the substance, so it's a chemical change. But how we know this is physical or chemical? If we don't know if it will give new substance or it will not give, with we have signs about chemical changes, about chemical changes. So we said there are signs to inform us about chemical changes. So what are these signs about chemical changes? Okay, the first one, sometimes when we put milk outside or any food or fruit outside, it will get a bad smell. Okay, and this smell tells us this food is decayed because of bacteria, it's decomposed. So this is the first sign that will tell us about chemical changes. Odor, if the odor is changed, generally this is a chemical change because this type of food will be decayed or decomposed by decomposers. Okay, the second sign, odor like what? Like decayed fruit. The second sign is light. Okay, and light here means the lights that will appear because of burning, and this is all because chemical reactions. Okay, and here I'll put between brackets burning. Any burning is a chemical change because burning with oxygen, so it burning with oxygen, it will give a new substance, and this sign to tell us about chemical changes. Okay, the third one, color change. Color change, and here because of sunlight and heat, it will be decayed or it will be changed because of heat. It will make chemical reaction, and it will give a new substance like papers. So this is a chemical change. Heat, and heat here, we I think we did it before in the lab. When we put two chemicals inside one cylinder, What happened when we touched the cylinder? It was so hot. So this is a sign about chemical changes. Okay, the last one, and this is related to this also. Gas bubbles. Gas bubbles. So when we put sometimes one material to another, it will make bubbles inside it, or inside the cylinder or the measuring cup. We can see bubbles. So this is a sign about chemical changes. So all of these things are signs about chemical changes. So we have keywords to tell you about this is physical or chemical. If I said melting, so this is physical or chemical? Absolutely physical. So physical, I'll write here physical, and here chemical. So keywords like melting, freezing, evaporation, condensation, cutting, folding, tying, breaking. Okay, all of them are physical or keywords about physical changes. Chemical like what? Like burning. Any burning is a chemical change. Burning wood, burning papers, burning wax. This is what? This is a chemical change. Cutting papers, physical. Burning paper, chemical. Candle melting or wax melting, this is what? Physical. But wax burning, chemical. So burning, any burning is a chemical change. Explosions are chemical changes. Rust. Iron rust. Iron rust is a rust means iron oxide. So iron, because of humidity, it will give iron oxide. Okay, and later we'll learn about in chemistry about this. So iron with humidity means water. It over time it will give iron oxide, and iron oxide, its name what? Rust. And this what? This is a chemical change. Cooking is a chemical change. Okay, and for example what? In general we call it decayed food, decayed fruit, decayed milk, like this. Okay, change the color of anything else. So these are keywords to inform us about chemical changes. So easy now. Our lesson today is related to the first or the previous one. Chemical change is a type of changes that makes a new substance or new substances, and this type of changes, it changes the identity or of substances, and we have signs to inform us about this type of changes, like the odor, like light, color, heat, and gas bubbles. Okay, to differentiate this is physical or chemical, easy. I said we have keywords like this. The main question is what? The main question, does it give any substance or it doesn't? But if you don't know, by the word you can classify this change. If I said burning, so any burning directly chemical. I not ask if it gives a new substance, or maybe I don't know if it gives a new substance or if it doesn't. Okay, so chemical and physical, these are the main ideas about them. So I hope all of them are clear. Have a nice day and see you next video inshallah.